Hey guys, welcome. It's your girl, Black Girl Minimalism. It is Friday, October 17th. Me and Babe have been up since 6 o'clock, kind of 7, getting the checklist done of items that we have to take care of. Actually, a great morning, great spirits. Got to commune with some new things coming into play for us, but it was rewarding. So I definitely want to start out by saying like happy Friday, and I hope that you are having a good start to your weekend and have had a great turnout of the week. The first thing to come up, it has to do with the Eight of Pentacles. What we're utilizing today is the Fifth Spirits Hero deck. This is a queer inclusive deck. And how I see the Eight of Pentacles, just looking at this card, has to do with building. This is very on par with what we had to do this morning, but it's talking about building, it's talking about measurements and tools as well. So it might be very specific for construction or things along that line. So I do. This is still Pentacles energy, so it has to do with your finances. Whatever that you're building is tied to your finances. So it's the Eight of Pentacles at this time. The second card to come up, another Pentacles card, is the Three of Pentacles. This has to do with. I see this as. It has a cross at the top, and I always see this as like either church or blessing as it pertains to what's being builded, because it's in a form of a triangle, and you see that as a place of like unity. Three is a place of unity. So how I'm hearing is Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and then the cross is at the top. So still, again, to do with whatever is being built out, whatever that is being worked on is divinely guided and protected, because it has the unity square. Well, that's a play on words, but it has the unity representation. The next thing to come up is the Eight of Wands. This has to do with fire energy. So a lot of eights. Eights can be a very specific number as it pertains to spirituality as well. It's not quite the 9 as completion, but 8 is divinely guided as well. So I won't read so much into it. I see this as sparks in some way, so maybe it's something sparking in relation to what's coming forward, and I'm going to continue to read to kind of see what the message is continuing. Okay. So the next thing that come up is the Nine of Wands. This is a completion energy as it pertains to the moon cycle. So you see, let's read into this. And the crescent moon is visible. So the Nine of Wands, when the Nine of Wands appears, you're close to a finish line. So you're close to reaching your goal, but not quite there. A card of weariness. So maybe you've been working hard on something to tirelessly like close up the loose ends. And persistence. The 9 marks the final stage of a project or a journey. When it can feel like the finish line keeps moving farther away, this card acknowledges that you are tired. So you have been working hard on a project. Maybe you're starting to wonder if you'll see the dawn. Maybe you're starting to lose faith. Maybe you're tempted to give up. This card is a call to keep going. So it's a final stage in what has been challenging. And when you're working on something, especially a project that has been done over time, you're like, oh, okay, what is my reward? And not really starting out looking at that, but you do look at the long skate, the stepping stones to reaching your goal. So this is just saying that you're close. You're close to closing out all steps in order to reach the next step. You also have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is very prevalent. I see this as a protection energy, because even though this is the swords, the moon cycle, the full moon is present, and then you have the feather. Feather is a cycle of protection, and then you have 3 feathers that's there as well. So you're actually putting hands, you're working on something, and when you're physically touching something, this is hard work again. You're physically touching what is being worked on, or I see this as a gift card, like an Ace of Swords, Ace of, any Ace energy is a gift, and it's divinely guided. Okay, so the two cards coming forward, you have the skills that's present on this card, and then you have water being poured over. You have the protection of the eagle, and in the corner you have the lion. They have the world card, and what animal is this food?
Buffalo?
Yeah, so you have the buffalo. That's withstanding something because it's a the eagle is the highest in the sky. I would say the buffalo is really tough in the earthly form, like the physical touching the ground. So you have something that's spinning in your favor, the world card, and bearing naked to something as well, because she's standing in the midst of the circle, but she's bearing herself naked to what is coming forward, that she's accepting it. The next thing that come up is the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is like breaking something down, but also moving forward in essence. So you're traveling across, it looks like a long distance, because if you have to travel by sea, you're crossing a long distance, but you have the house that's in the middle. And then you're bearing fruit from this house as well. So you see the plants that are present on each side, but you're in the middle of it, you're crossing away. So it's something pertaining to your home, maybe the physical form or physical assets that are internal in that home is being picked apart, but whatever is coming is bearing fruit, or as is present here is the flowers. So you're coming into something as it pertains to your home. And I do want to read this. It's the Five of Cups. Okay. So the Five of Cups has to do with present the full spectrum of emotion from love and joy to sadness and grief. So you're looking at all avenues of something. When this card appears, you may be going through loss or emotional pain in the present, or you may find old griefs resurfacing. So take an inventory of things. You have a trauma in your past. This card can appear during otherwise happy, stable times, simply because now you have the safety to grieve. So you're in a comfortable place where you kind of maybe, and I see this even with the water is dark, and you're traveling forward. If you're coming from a place of grief, you have time to like reflect on it, and you see the four, like the cup, the can, all that seems a bit broken, but you're coming out of that place and traveling to a place where you can now look at where you've come from and then move on to where you're going. And then it also says, despite popular models of grief, it is a spiral, not a line. Grief isn't a orderly list of check boxes. It's a world, and we got the world card, with its own weather. It's a storm that both breaks the branches and waters the seeds. And we see the flowers that are present on each side. So in order to grow into something, it has to be broken down. Okay? That's how I see it. It's like a yin and yang energy. Yeah. Okay, the next thing to come up is the Five of Swords. So you're taking sail to something. Again, you see the flag that is present. So the swords energy, I see the swords as bordering the horizon, because the sun is coming up in the sky. So you're planting firm in where you are, and like planting your flag for the ground in which where you are. Okay. The next thing that come up is a Nine of Pentacles. This is exactly where I knew where it was going. So you came out of a place where you're building a firm ground. You're investing in that building. You're taking inventory of it. I see that as taking inventory and putting the blessings over, putting the right intentions over what you're working towards. So that's 1, 2, 3, the World card, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 9 cards thus far, and in the 9th card you got the Nine of Pentacles. This is a full table. You have anything that you could dare to choose from is being presented to you. The next thing to come up is the Three of Wands. This is also fire energy, but in all of these cards we see you traveling either by boat or air, so maybe has to do with travel. Is going to be very significant as well. And now I'm gonna pick one more card. So the next thing that come up is the Queen of Cups. So this is a protection. This is a protection card. You see the Eye of Protection that's present. Sorry, I said president. Uh, I'm laughing for so many reasons, but the Queen of Cups she's sitting in front of a table full of water. She has an amulet on her, however, that is present for her, but she has the eye of protection that is on the bowl. So water might be prevalent in how you're protecting yourself and protecting your ownership of the things that you have. And then what's facing up is the Empress card. We talked about the pomegranates. Me and Aaron were talking about our fruit trees, but the pomegranates came up because it is a ancestral fruit for cleansing. So the pomegranates might be present. You have the cornstalk that's present as well, and she's wearing her crown that is in white. The white is a sense of purity as well as far as its representation, and then art that's signified on her knuckles. So the way in which you take heating, like maybe your personal self, is a representation of your art. And this is also 3 in the deck. It's numbered at 3, and so we did have 3 come up for the 3 of Wands. So the Empress card is nature and body. So you put those two things together. And this card invites you into a body's instinctual wisdom, into sensual awareness. So you're in tune with your body at this particular time. It's not always easy to live in your body, but it's something that you have to remind yourself to worship and to nurture. And your body is a good representation to your outward view of life. If you take heed, your health is wealth. So if you take heed to your body in which you're investing in it, the outer life, the things that you own, the people that you meet, the conversations, all that is an investment to the outer essence of who you are. So the Empress is also the heartbeat of natural growth and fertile creativity. So something that you're birthing at this time. Make space for art. So that's why she has the art signified on her knuckles. Writing or whatever modality speaks to you, and let it flow. It could also indicate ripe generative energy. That's where the pomegranate is relative in this pictorial vision of this card. Plant your garden and nurture it, and it will nurture you in return. So your grounding energy is in the things that you plant. So I hope that you guys receive this message. Happy Friday. I love you so much. Bye.